Hello, good day. I hope you're having a nice time. In this class, we're going to look at the summary of what we're doing in subtraction of numbers. We'll look at some tips or tricks on how to handle subtraction to kids. So in this class, we're going to conclude everything and see how you can, at your own comfort zone, you can handle your kids, you can handle children, or how to manipulate numbers involving subtraction. Now, in our class, first and foremost, let's look at this. Example 1. Imagine we have something of this nature, say 996 minus 27. So we're going to operate this. So I will use one stone to kill two birds. I introduce 3 tricks on how to handle subtractions of numbers to kids. So in this one, we're going to look at the summary, the concluding part of it. So first thing you need to do, if you are given questions on subtraction, you must know your minor. You must do your what? Your minor. Like I said, the minor is that number that is being subtracted from. The one you are subtracting from. And the number that is subtracted is called subtracted. It's called what? Subtracted. You must know this, and the result so obtained is called difference. So your minor, take away your subtract end, and the result is called difference. So if this is now your minor and this is your what? Subtracted. Having known these two, the next thing for you to do is to see if the first the unit digit of the minor is bigger, is larger, or lesser than that of the subtract end. If the unit digit here of the minor is larger than that of the subtract end, you don't need to borrow, you just subtract and it becomes easy. But if the unit digit of the minor is less than that of the subtract end, that means you need to borrow from the next neighbor to your left. Okay, so if you look at the situation here, 6 is less than 8, that we need to borrow from 9. So at any time you are borrowing from 9, or you are borrowing from any other number, what you usually do is that that number you are borrowing from will reduce by 1. And the number you borrowed so far represents 10, because we are operating in base 10. Okay, alright? We are operating in what? In base 10. So here we borrow 1 from 9, and our answer becomes 8 here. And the one we borrow, I said 10, but in this case you don't need to put it here. You come under here and put it as what? 10, and we're doing minus, you put it here. So since you have done that, what usually happens is that it now give you the confidence to say that this is your subtract end, the unit digit here, and you can subtract it from this. You can now become 7 minus 6. It's very easy for kids to understand this. 7 minus 6, they will know it is 1. Okay, so you put 1 under here, and you rule 10 take away 1. It's also very easy for them to understand this. 1 reduce 10 reduce 1, that will give us 9. Okay, that means our answer here is 9. Here we have 8 take away 2. Here I want to illustrate this. So if we are doing this 8 minus 2, the other method I said that we can also use, that's what I said, 2 stones, 1 stone to kill 2 birds. I'm using 1 stone to kill 2 birds, so I will use this one to explain the other one. If you are now saying 8 minus 2, the other method I said is that you must understand what is called a successor of a number. For every number, they have a successor, and as well as a predecessor. So the first thing here, you identify your minor. Your minor here is 2, and your subtract end here at the 10th digit is 8. Okay, Then after that, this your minus here is 8, and this your subtracted is 2. What you need to do, we can do it in two ways. If we are starting with our minus, our subtractand, we are starting with our subtractand, then we'll look for the successor. So we identify our subtractand, which is now 2. This is subtractand. It's 2. Then let's look for the successor. What will be the successor of 2? Successor of 2 as a whole number is equals to 3. So what you need to do, you start counting from the successor of the minus until you get to successor of the subtractand until you get to the minus. That's what you do. You start your counting from what? The successor of the subtractand until you get to what? To your minus. So your minus is 8, and the successor of the subtractand is 2. So say 3 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, immediately you get to this, your minus, you stop. You count now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the number here, the last number that fall under the subtractand is your answer. Is your what? It's your answer. Okay. So here that means this. So if you are teaching it to children, make it funful to them. Okay. Then assuming we want to start from the minus, we want to use our minus. We want to start from our minus. Minus. Okay. Our minus is 8. Then if you are starting from your minus, you are not going to use successor, you are going to use the predecessor of your minus. So and the predecessor of our minus is the whole number that comes before 8. The number that comes before 8 is 7. So since you have identified it, this is where you will stop. Then what you need to do, you go back and look for your subtractand. So you start counting from your subtractand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You stop there, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You see that your answer is also what? Is also 6. That is one way we can do it. Teach this thing to children. You don't need a teacher. You can set this in, wash this in thoroughly, and before you know, you are off. You can handle those things. That is one way you can do it. But assuming, like we have here, 96, that same 96, well, let's use it. Example, okay, example 2. Assuming we have the same 96, take away 27. And we don't want to borrow. We don't want to borrow. Again, okay, what we need to do here, we first of all identify our subtractand. Our subtractand is what? Is 27. Okay, since we are now operating, the numbers involved here are in tens. So any moment, anytime we keep on adding 10 until the number is very close to 96 or above 96. Okay, now what I'm saying here is that this formula I said is very easy to use if the numbers are so close. For this type, if the numbers are so close. But if the numbers are very far from each other, it becomes very easy. Imagine you want to use this process for the whole of this one. You know, it will take time. But if the numbers are so close, let's say 19 and 8, you understand? They are so close, you can as well use this method. First of all, identifying the predecessor and the successor, the minor and the subtractand. But if they are so far, what you need to do, you look at the numbers so occupy their position. They are this one now, you see this one, they are in tens. So you can probably use tens. So what you need to do is keep on adding tens to this your subtractand until it gets to either 90, very close to 92, or even above 96. So if it is very close to 96, there are some few operations that you will do. Now what we need to do now, you know, if we're adding 10 to this, The next one will give us 37, 47, 57, 67, 77, 87, 87, and what? 97. How many of it? 7 tens. So I will put 7 tens here. I will put 7 tens means 70. So what I will do now, see the 7 tens I've done to this one, it make it to be what? 97. So, and which is just above 96. So you come here and say minus 96. Very easy. 96, 7 minus 96. Very easy for somebody to understand. It's just 1. Because of the fact that you are subtracting this your new subtract end now is above your minded. It's above your minded. So you are going to subtract it from this, the number of times that you added. Because when you added 7 tens before you could get to this. Is that understood? Okay. Here we say just 70 minus 1, which is very easy. 70 minus 1. So if we are taking 70, we less 1 from it. Okay? We less 1 from it, it become 69. So our final answer here, like we did here, we are saying 69, isn't it? We are saying 69. And that's the same answer you are saying in that same place. Because I said let's use this other method to see if she's going to give us the same answer. So these are very close thing that we need to know. Okay, now let's take one more example. Assuming we have, you see that our answer here is also now 69. Let's look at this example 3. 109. Take away 82. Okay, we want to use that same method of doing without borrowing. So what we do here, if you look at 109 and 82, they are still close by. So I just want to clarify some fact here. If you look at this 109 and 82, they are still close by. So you are not going to use the fact that because this one is 100 and this one is 82, you are going to be adding 100, 100. No, you see going to be 10. So you come here, 82. If you add 10s to it, that will be what? 92. If we add another 10 to it, we will also 102. Okay. So 102 is, I want to explain some fact here. 102 is not up to 109. Okay? 102 is not up to 109. Because it is not up to 109, look for the successor of 102 is 103. So the number after 102, 103, you start 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, and 109. So you count this number here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is 7, isn't it? Okay. How many tens do we add here? We add 2 tens. So 2 tens means 20. The 2 tens means what? 20. So we say 20 because it is not up to. Since it is not up to, so we're going to add this number to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Add 7. And here we have a 7. This is we're adding 27. Do you understand? So this is our answer. Assuming we are using our normal method, we say 9 minus 2 is 7. Here, 0 take away 8 is not possible. We'll borrow this one here, and here become 10. 10 take away 8 is what? Is 27 as well. You see that our answer is 6. So anytime you are adding your tens, the number of times you add your tens, you must observe it. If it is more than the minus here, that means whatever you're going to subtract. But if it is not up to the numbers that you need to count before you get to your minus, you add it to the number of tens in that this. I hope this video will help you a lot. If you're finding it, you can see on your own. On your own, you can do this. You can do this. You can undo these ones. Okay. Okay. You can try them. You can use those methods and lay your hands on them. So you can do this ones on your own as practice. So please, the good thing you can help me do is to help me subscribe and also share, on your wall, so that there are people who have been looking for this kind of thing. You can have access to it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a nice time. See you some other time.